Okay. Hello there, YouTubians. We're here to do some gardening. I'm going to be teaching a gardening class at our church, and so what I wanted to do is make a little video so people could watch it and see how it's done. Okay. So what I'm going to do is, I make paper pots, and my family calls this my pot party. So what I got is a soup can. I removed the label, washed it out, and these are newspapers from a little local help wanted ads, classified ads type newspaper. It's all white paper with black ink. You don't want any colored ink because supposedly it's poisonous. Okay, you wrap it around there. It doesn't have to be super tight. Then you take some good old white glue. Okay, put a little bead along this end right here and just press it closed. Whoops, press it closed. And then you come up here and you make sure you have enough room down here in the bottom to close it up. So you might have to scoot it up a little bit. And you fold it in. You fold it in the front and then on the sides. And then you fold it over this last side. Okay? And you just want to glue it on the side towards the last flap. Just hold it for a few seconds. Maybe about 3, 4, 5 seconds. And you just pull it off. What you're going to do is let that dry overnight because this glue is water soluble, and if you try to put your potting soil in it, no, the glue's fine. Put your potting soil in it and the water will be a solid for the glue and it won't hold together. So, then once you're done with that, you let them dry overnight. You get your potting soil. And this is a gardening knife, and what happened was I broke the handle on it, and they're supposed to be unbreakable, but they're not. So I broke the handle on it, so I took it to a knife maker to put a new handle on it. And this is an ironwood handle, and it's very, very nice wood. However, you can't find it once you set it down in the garden, so I lost it for an entire year, so I dipped it in yellow paint when I got it back. But when the knife maker put the new handle on it, he decided the blade needed to be shiny. So he took all the finish off the blade, so you can see the blade's pretty beat up now. But this is probably 10 years old and still working, but it's just a gardening knife. And so what you do, I was going to use that to fill these, but then I realized this is a little soap from a laundry soap package. It's just a little cup that you measure the soap in. Once we ran out, put it in here. Okay, and just scoop it up. Put it in your pot, and you want to tamp it down a little bit just so it's firm. Fill it up to within about a ½ inch of the top. And of course, I've watched YouTube enough to know you have to have your AR-15 when you're gardening. I'm not exactly sure why, but you must have an AR-15 on your back when you're doing this, so don't forget that. Okay, so then you put it in here. I'm going to fill up all 3. Tamp it down. Okay. This is just regular potting soil. It's whatever you want to use. Okay, now it's a little late for this, but I'm going to try it anyway, a little late in the season. These are leeks from Fedco Seeds. I recommend Fedco Seeds. Great, best catalog, except for all their liberal stuff, but good seeds and good seed information. So I'm going to take some leek seeds, and I'm actually going to plant about 15 per pot. And then once they come up, I'm going to thin them out to about 10 per pot, and let those grow to transplanting size. This is an experiment, like I said. I think there's enough room for 10 to get started to where they'll be thick enough for planting in the garden. So, and then what I'll do is I'll split the pot apart, and the paper pots when they're wet are really easy to split apart. I didn't really count the seeds. I probably should have. Now, normally if I just had a couple of seeds, what I do is poke them down with a pencil so they're a little ways under the soil. I think I'm just going to put some soil on top of them instead, since I have so many. So I'll just put a little soil on top of them. Okay. Alright, now the way you water these is we don't put any water on the top, we put the water in the bottom. And what will happen is the newspaper will act as a wick and pull the water up to the top, and the soil will wick it up a little bit, and so it'll water itself from the bottom. So what I'll do is I'll set these in our laundry room, which is kind of the warmest room in our house, and leave them there for a few days, and then we'll see when they sprout, and then we put them under lights in the garage because it's still too cold for them to go outside, and we'll see what they look like then. Thanks.